Texas breakfast this morning. What could be more quintessential than steak and eggs? And it works out just right because 2 nights ago we had a nice sirloin steak and had a piece of it left over, which will slice up into just about the right amount of steak for steak and eggs. You know, west of the Brazos River is true cattle country, and out there the first item on the menu for breakfast is always steak and eggs. It's never sausage or bacon and don't think that steak and eggs is chicken fried steak. Chicken fried steak is saving a bad piece of meat, but it's a good meal, don't get me wrong. I love chicken fried steak, but for real steak you want a top sirloin. Well, there's nothing like hash brown potatoes to go alongside a steak, and that's what I'll make here. Now these are freeze-dried. I get them from a company in Provo, Utah. It's called Emergency Essentials. You can find them other places, but they're probably about the cheapest, and I buy a 6-pound bag, which is probably equal to 100 pounds of fresh potatoes, and it lasts a year longer. And there's no waste. You figure out the amounts you need, and that's all they do. And of course, dried onion flakes here. Put some of those in, and just give them a quick stir here. Now I'll put some hot water over that and let those reconstitute. Okay, the potatoes are reconstituted, and see how they swelled up here. So now I'll put them on to cook. They're going to take about 15 minutes. A little turn of olive oil there in the skillet. And put the potatoes in. Spread them around and put them on low heat and let them do their thing, and when they're nice and toasted brown on one side, I'll attempt to turn them over to cook the other side. Okay, this is the piece of sirloin steak here. This is about, I'd say about 14 ounces, which in my younger days would not have been a meal for me, but we've already had each of us has had a meal off of here, and it's going to be breakfast, and there'll be some left. And I want to slice it at a 45-degree angle. In thin slices. That way it's nice and tender to eat, and I figure about 2 ounces per person is going to be an adequate amount of steak for breakfast. That's what you figure in bacon, and sausage is 2 ounces, so why wouldn't it work out in steak? See that nice medium rare steak there? I'll do about half of it here, and that'll leave a half of it for another meal or something like that, or throw it in the freezer and to discover sometime later when it's needed. Cold steak is a lot harder to cut than room temperature. One more slice. Okay, got that done. Okay, the potatoes are brown on the bottom. See if I can get them picked up here and turned. I bought this big spatula just to fit this skillet, and it does a great job. pour oil on those and back on the burner. You can just put the oil on this side and it'll sink right through. There we go. Well, the potatoes are done, so I'll turn that burner out and divide it into 2 plates here. I'll put half of them over there, half over here. I'll put the plates on top of the toaster oven over there to warm while the bread is toasting and the eggs are cooking. Wipe the remaining potatoes out of there, and well, it looks like I have 4 eggs here, so I'm just going to cook 4 eggs. If my wife doesn't want her other one, I'm sure that it will be eaten. After all, we're splurging on steak, why not splurge on eggs? Eggs are the cheapest thing that you can buy anymore in the way of food. The amount of food value you get for the cost, and it's all the results of the bird flu that they had about 3 years ago that decimated all the laying chickens. And they're just now coming back into their maximum production. And get my old ice cube trick out. Catch the toast here. I'll find it someplace here. It'll work. And put the lid on it. Okay, you check the eggs here. Oh, yeah, perfect. I'll divide them here equally. Put those on this plate, and these on this plate. And turn the burner off, and we'll get around here where I can see both plates. And I've heated the steak in the microwave. Yeah, I know they didn't have microwaves out on the prairie. Somebody's going to mention that, sure as I'm alive. There we are, and that is ready to go to the table. And the clock says it is 15 after 8 on this Friday morning, and perfect timing. Well, there it is on the table, ready for breakfast. And just in time, the lawn crew is out there getting ready to make noise. So it all worked out perfectly. And there's my wife Frida. People keep asking me why I don't put her in there. She's such a pretty lady, and I don't know, I just neglect things like that. That's one of the faults of my faults of life. How's your eggs?
It's very good. Everything's good. I'm too busy to talk.